All right.
Hi.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so I also told one of my team members. Can you hear me?
Yep, we're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so I also told Tushar, he's one of my team members. He's the secretary,
Okay.
so he's also here.
Nice to meet you, Tushar.
Nice.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. So before each episode, we just kind of talk to the guests a little bit about the types of stuff that they're doing and the types of stuff they're interested in, just so we kind of have a better flow in the conversation. So I took a little bit of notes before the session, but Mikey told me a little bit about what you guys do. And so you guys founded, is it a club or organization?
So yeah, it's a club. It started as like a club type thing. It's not really it wasn't associated with the school, and then it now grew like to an organization. So we went from like just having our main audience at Mission San Jose High School to now the entire Fremont Unified School District.
Nice. And so or can you remind me the name of it one more time?
Yeah, so it's called FUSD Challenge Success.
FUSD Challenge Success. Okay, nice. And so my understanding is you guys talk about common high school issues, and is that essentially a synopsis of what you guys do?
Yeah. So basically, what our main like mission statement, as I say, what we want to like really showcase and spread awareness about is that nowadays, throughout the Bay Area, especially actually in the Bay Area, we see that students are more focused on numerical values, on like their GPA and SAT. And not to say that that's not important as in a sense, but we also need to realize that you have to stop and smell the roses, that there's more to life than just like these academic scores. And we really want to emphasize that your success isn't measured at the end of a semester, but is measured like over a course of a lifetime.
Yeah, and I mean, especially coming from Mission San Jose, I mean, I know how competitive that school is, and so I mean,
Yeah.
it's inspiring to hear a couple of students from there, promoting that message.
And you guys are also like underclassmen too, right?
Yeah, so I'm a junior
Awesome.
and Tushar is a sophomore.
Junior and sophomore.
Nice,
Great.
nice.
We're trying to get just a lot more younger guests on here too, because we've had a lot of seniors. Since we're seniors too, it's kind of skewed. But we appreciate you guys reaching out to us because we're always trying to find new avenues to connect.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's good because you guys have a few more years of, or at least you guys are 1 or 2 more years of this to go. And I'm sure you guys have successors, right?
Yeah, Tushar is my successor, and then after that, it's all in his hands. He gets to choose. We have a team of different liaisons and representatives from each school. So I think we'll
Awesome.
take it from there.
So has this club been established in other FUSD schools as well as Mission San Jose?
So now, technically speaking, it's not really a club at Mission. It's an organization throughout the district. So like our main quote unquote project, as in a sense, every year is to create this documentary style video featuring like notions of success held by students. So we did that every year at Mission. So I actually started that. So I'm the founding president. So we started that in my freshman year. And then so this year we took that video to be like district-wide. I think
I saw the video. Yeah, it was really nice. And you guys did one with like kids from American, kids from Irvington too. And I also liked kind of the questions you were posing. I thought you guys really did a great job thinking through them. And you're really able to get some really good responses out of the people. They weren't like generic cookie cutter responses. Like I could tell they were really thinking about it, and that was really what they meant, what they were saying.
Yeah, because that's what really we want to showcase is that like whenever you ask someone like how's their day at school, usually get only like one of the two responses, like tired, stressed, or like okay, nothing happened. Yeah, it was good. Exactly. So we really want to make sure that we wanted to feature in our video the differences and similarities among schools in our district. Even though we live like at a 10-mile radius, we really want to showcase how the cultures at each school really differentiate the student's perspective on certain issues.
Yeah. No, I think that's amazing. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have inspired a lot of people through the media. So you guys make videos, right? And so how do you get these out there?
Yeah, so what we do is, what we used to do actually is we used to like put out a Google form and or contact people. So right now, like last year, Tushar, he can talk about his experience a bit last year. So he was on the team last year, and then that's how he kind of joined through this year. Is we would just interview people that we know or upperclassmen in different grades, and then we would take videos of them during school. And then this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic and situation, we were really unable to go out and meet people in person and really take the video and bring that back to me. So we had to figure out a way of having our liaisons from American and Irvington and Washington to really go and contact people through Messenger, through any other medium of, can you please send us a video of yourselves? And that's what they did. And it was really amazing that we were able to find among our peers people who are so motivated and determined and driven to really have the motivation to send us the video in the first place, because I know people have a lot of stuff on their hands. So I was really surprised, and that's how we kind of compiled the video this year. They all sent it to me, so I'm the editor, and I just went from there. And Tushar can tell you about his experience from last year a bit.
Yeah, so what we did last year was pretty much, as Monica said, we made a Google form and then compiled all the responses. We talked to our friends, and then once Monica edited and created the video, the way we distributed it was basically, we have our own Facebook page called FUSD Challenge Success, which has a lot of followers there. So we posted it there. And then we also emailed the various principals across the district, and then they sent it out to both students and parents. So we got a lot of feedback from that. And we're also trying to build our very own website right now to distribute the video even further and raise more awareness.
Great. Well, you guys, thanks so much for the overview, Justin. We're probably going to kick off the recording now, and we're going to basically ask you guys similar questions. Again, it's a conversational style, so no need to feel pressured or forced into anything. It's just kind of back and forth. It's usually really natural. And over all the episodes we've done, the first couple of times, people are always laughing. If you stutter on a word or you mess up on something, I always go back and I can edit out parts you don't like. So don't worry about that at all. It'll be a lot of fun. And Justin, good to go?
All right. Yeah, just let me know. Oh, wait, also, we usually close the videos just so the audio quality is better. But Mikey, what do you think?
I mean, we could do either way.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure keeping video on is fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
And let me check. You guys good? Everyone good?
Yeah, we're good.
Teachers be in the Zoom thumbs up. Okay. All right, Justin, take it away.
All right. What's up, guys? I'm your host, Justin Morgan. Welcome to episode 39 of Success H. I'm messing up already, man. So when we first started this podcast, it took me 10 minutes to get that intro down.
It's okay. It's okay. It takes time, but practice and perfection.
No, it's episode 39, man. I got to work on it. But all right, let's go, Mikey. You ready?
Yep, you're good.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, Justin Morgan. Welcome to episode 39 of Success HS. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Mikey Payne.
Hey, everyone. Hope we've been doing well in quarantine. We have two great guests today from an organization called FUSD Challenge Success.
All right, so today we're joined by Monica and Tushar. As Mikey said, they've created an organization called FUSD Challenge Success, an organization that goes around and provides and promotes a really great message to all FUSD schools and hopefully schools around the world. And so Monica and Tushar, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So hi guys, I'm Monica Manmadkar. I'm currently a junior at Mission San Jose High School. So as the founding president of FUSD Challenge Success, we really want to just spread the awareness about our mission and about our organization throughout. Yeah.
Awesome. And Tushar?
I'm Tushar Dalmia. I'm currently a sophomore at Mission San Jose High School, and I've been working with Monica over the past couple of years to expand FUSD Challenge Success and get more people to kind of spread our message and promote awareness about mental health, peer pressure, other issues like that common students around our district are facing.
Awesome. And so before we get into the organization, you can go Monica and then Tushar the other way. It doesn't matter, but what are your guys' hobbies at school? Besides the organization, what types of things do you go through on a daily basis when you go to school?
Okay, so I I think that, so I'm actually a water polo player and a swimmer, so that's a big part of my schedule whenever I'm at school. So it takes up like 4 hours of my day. So that's one of the main things. And then the second thing is that I also am a blog writer. I write a blog of my own. I started when I was like in 5th grade. So that's something that I try keeping up to date. I write, like, I've been writing a book nowadays, so that's just like something that I like doing a lot. And then other hobbies are like I really like baking and I like playing the guitar.
Great.
And then some of the main extracurriculars I do in my free time, I'm really big in speech and debate. I go to a lot of national tournaments in that activity, and that's really fun for me to compete in. Then I'm also in Boy Scouts. That takes up a lot of time, but it's also really fun attending outings with like fellow Boy Scouts and going on these camping trips. And then some other things I like doing in my free time are like painting and cooking.
Yeah, a lot of that sounds really familiar. I love speech and debate, and you're also talking to two Eagle Scouts, Mikey and I.
Yep, we're Boy
just
Scouts as
Nice.
well.
Scouts,
So
yeah.
Wow.
I'm a Life Scout right now trying to get my Eagle project
you'll get
done.
there, man. You'll get there.
Awesome.
I
Well, I
believe
mean, as
in
a
you.
sophomore, yeah, you're definitely gonna make it.
You're in good
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll kick it off. And basically, again, we invited you guys on here to talk about your organization and your mission. But this, of course, doesn't just happen automatically. There had to be a little bit of a start, a little bit of a backstory. So could either one of you please touch on just the basic introduction, what inspired the idea, and what you'd like to do with it moving forward?
Yeah, for sure. So I think I can go into a bit how Town Success actually got started and what we're really trying to accomplish here. So we have this thing at our school called PAC, which stands for Principal Advisory Committee. So in my freshman year, I joined Principal Advisory Committee, and our principal at that time and I really saw a need to like raise awareness because I came from a different school. I came from Ardenwood Elementary, which is like, if you know, is in the American high school area.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved to Hopkins, and then I always heard about how notoriously competitive Mission is, and I really didn't believe it until I got there. And I really saw how students would only think about academics, and it was really surprising to me. So what I tried doing is we tried creating like so that's where it came from, that we decided to create a video. And at the time, Mr. Larson, who was our principal, he gave me an idea that maybe this is what you should do because it's a really unique medium to really start spreading awareness. And I really wanted to take this this project as in a sense in a different way, in a different perspective, because we usually don't want to, I really didn't want to take it in like the regular route where we just focus on mental health or like some different issues, because all of these issues kind of start like somewhere, and I feel like it starts from the pressure you get from either your peers or you get from your parents or even from yourself. So that's mainly what I tried doing in freshman year, and then it just, as they say, the rest was history.
Great synopsis there. And Justin, I'm going to pass it over to you for the next question.
Yeah, so you talked about your mission. You talked about your mission and the message you send. What would you say is your most highly received message, one that inspired a lot of people within your community?
I guess the main message that we sent out, like, inspired most of our community, is kind of like our tagline. Our tagline is, like I said this before, success isn't measured over a semester, but measured over a course of a lifetime. So I think that's one of the main things that was really impactful to many people throughout, whoever either watched our videos, read articles that we tried showing in our Facebook page or whatnot.
Yeah, and I mean, just especially in this day and age, I mean, I feel like a lot of kids even face diagnosable depression and anxiety because of grades and SAT scores and all and the such. And so I think, the message that you guys are promoting, it's not just important for us, it's important for students all across the country and all across the world. And so one thing also I wanted to ask you guys is, what prompted you to, or what kinds of things have you seen around your campus and your communities that inspired you to promote that message? Because I mean, that doesn't just come out of thin air,
So, Tushar, do you want to take that?
Yeah, so one of the main things that I've seen at Mission is like basically like peer pressure and like a lot of people trying to take like the hardest AP classes possible and all like trying to take the most competitive schedule and fitting like way too many extracurriculars into their time. So like all of this peer pressure and like parents pushing their kids to do all these different activities, I think that is like what bred this like ground of all of this competitiveness. And then also as a result, mental health in our community has been like on the decline because of that. So I think when we were seeing all of that, we decided to make this organization and help promote awareness about all of the issues and how we can fix them at our school and later on in our district.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of challenge success as a whole, are you guys, obviously you've been doing a lot of excellent, great work that's been truly evident in the FUSD community, but are you part of a larger kind of organization, or is there kind of a top-down structure that's also based and kind of part of the framework behind some of your ideas and your message?
Yeah, so Stanford University actually has something called Challenge Success at their school, university as well. But the thing is, we're not really affiliated with them. We kind of saw them as a point of inspiration, and we really want to go forward with our own like perspectives, our own ideas, but really tried seeing how they have tried promoting this message in their community, and we tried changing that, maybe affixing it to our smaller scale like FUSD community.
Awesome. Yeah, well said.
And in terms of challenges, what types of difficulties did you guys face while trying to kickstart this club or organization?
Yeah, so one of the main challenges is having like people really understand what our mission is, because a lot of people, when you come up with like at our school, many people think that, oh, an organization is just meant to like further college apps or something, but they don't really understand that there's something that we want to do for the betterment of society. And I think convincing people that this is really what we want is for the younger generation to be happy and is for them to be successful and satisfied in life is the main thing, was a bit difficult. And then after that, just gaining more and more, just ramping up our organization and ramping up the pace that we would take things at, and just handling and juggling just project and maybe like having everybody juggle schoolwork at the same time. So just like time management as well.
Yeah, time management has been a super important key to basically any of our guests we've been interviewing. They've really emphasized time management as a way for getting their activities on track, or in your guys' case, it's the Challenge Success organization. So I'm going to drop this question off to Tushar, and I may or may not have taken this from your guys' video, but feel free, one or both of you guys can answer this. But what Justin asked you guys about challenges, what's your definition of success?
My definition of success would probably just be doing what makes me happy in life. It's not necessarily, as Monica mentioned earlier, about our missions, about like part of our mission statement. It's not about getting good grades or like doing well in like school. While that is important, it's mainly about doing what you want to do and making yourself happy in life. So for me, that's doing what I like to do, my hobbies, painting, cooking, debating, things like that, instead of focusing all my time on school as like a lot of parents tell their kids to do, or as a lot of kids are like basically pressured into doing because other kids are doing the same thing.
Yeah, and then so for me, I really think that my definition of success would be doing something that I feel satisfied like doing after, like whether it be even related to schoolwork, finishing a project that I have been working on for a long time, or even something related to my extracurriculars, or just a milestone accomplishment, or even the smallest thing. If I feel like satisfied and enlightened and happy after that, I just want to lead a life and lead a successful life that really resembles that scenario.
And one thing we were talking about before this recording was how one of the reasons why people or why students aren't able to pursue what makes them most happy is because of their parents. And that's a prevalent issue among especially people in the Bay Area, because obviously this is a huge this is a place of a lot of intellectual and financial capital, and so parents want them to go out and like get theirs and get their fair share. And so you talked about that being a very prevalent issue within the FUSD community and beyond. And so what advice would you give to students that are dealing with their parents maybe forcing them to go on a specific track that they may not want to do?
Yeah, so I think definitely in the end, I feel like parents want the best for their children, right? And in their sense, a lot of a lot of times they really just want them to be financially stable. And for them, it may be just picking one out of the three or four like directed career paths, like doctor, engineer, lawyer, or like architect, or something along the lines of like STEM, usually speaking. And I think just sitting down with your parents and really having a mature conversation about might be what you want to do, because of course, like, we're still very, very young. We may change later on, like our direction in college or like later, but I think just having a mature discussion with your parents and showing them that yes, I will be successful in life, and this is what really does make me happy. And I know I may struggle or may not struggle, but just ensuring that you aren't like gonna I don't want like you shouldn't be lying or like deceiving your parents thinking that they won't understand, because I'm sure that they will, because in the end that's all they want. They just want the best for us.
You've made some really great points there, Monica. And in terms of talking about the road to success itself, like, or whatever that individual's definition of success may be, it's definitely not straight. It's definitely not easy. And there's a lot of different, like you mentioned, challenges and struggles, obstacles. You may have to get off the road itself and transition to an entirely new like field, road, or even a career that you couldn't picture yourself doing. But if that's really where you feel like you're gaining a lot of personal satisfaction and fulfillment, that should definitely be a good decision for you. And again, if you're able to approach your parents or maybe your guardians confidently and eloquently, that'll really rub off and make a good impression on them.
Definitely, yeah.
And also going on to another point that you talked about, how a lot of kids are going through anxiety and depression because of their SAT scores or because of their grades. One thing that I've heard throughout my high school career is that college isn't a competition to be won, it's a match to be made. And so it's not something that we're all, where I want to get into this college so that this person doesn't get into college, doesn't get into that college. It's about what's the best college for me. And so one thing I wanted to ask you about is what's kind of been your main message that goes out to those kids who are dealing with anxiety and depression based on their SAT scores or based on their GPA or any type of test scores?
Yeah. So like, again, we really want to say that these like numerical values in the end, like 20 years down the line, what is it going to matter? It's not really going to matter. But like, again, going back to the fact that like, yes, you should give it importance in your life, but to what degree is something that only you can control. And I feel like due to this competitive mind state that everybody is in, the importance that they do give to such numbers is impeccable. It's something that really pressurizes them, and our main message to them is that, like, do work hard, but you have to do work hard, do put in the effort, but you should also have a work hard, play hard mindset where you do want to put in more effort, but you also want to take back like time for yourself. You want to take back time to like just de-stress and like relieve yourself from any pressures that you have. And if you do feel like maybe your SAT score is quote unquote too low, or your GPA is quote unquote too low, just know that once you go to, like, someone once told me that it's not which college you go to in the end, it's what you do in the college. So it's like, what impact do you really make on the community that you're part of? Because wherever you go, wherever you're going to end up, because in the end, college apps, after a certain point, it's merely luck, that I've heard from many people. And you guys are seniors, I'm sure you guys can speak to that as well. And just, we want to tell people that just take a breather and just take a chill pill sometimes.
Well said. That's definitely another thing that kids, and especially, like you guys are saying, freshmen and sophomores, and you guys being a junior and a sophomore, it's great to see some people out there who are actively trying to get this message going in our community. Because as me and Justin both are seniors, we've been through the process. It's not an easy process, I will say that. But again, it's really important not to define yourself or limit yourself. I'd like to provide a personal anecdote just from my experience. And even throughout my time taking the SAT in high school, I never told my score to anyone, even some of my closest friends, after they pressured me and roasted me and like were just like laughing at me. But I just like to put that out as an option for anyone that if you don't make yourself available to that kind of comparison in the first place, it really helped me relieve a ton of mental stress, and you're able to focus on yourself and just kind of see who you are as an individual, as a multifaceted person who's, again, just not distilled into a single range of numbers or one Saturday morning at Newark Memorial High School.
Yeah, and me personally, I mean, yeah, I went to a pretty competitive high school where everyone would share their scores and people would compare each other or compare their scores and compare their success based on that fact. But for me, going off of what you said, one thing that really helped me going into the college application process was just telling myself constantly, whatever college I go to, I just got to kick butt at that college. That's all I care about. And so before going into the application process, I just looked at my best choices and I said, all right, I'm going to go wherever. I'm going to go to whatever college I go to, and whatever college I go to, I'm going to just work really hard. That mindset has really helped me go through this process. But anyways, so Monica and Tushar, thank you so much for those bits of advice. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners that are dealing with the anxiety and depression of going through high school in general have really benefited from hearing from you guys. But Mikey, I'm going to turn it to you for any closing thoughts.
Sure. So at the end of every one of our podcast episodes that we've done so far, there's one of our favorite segments, which is called Mikey's 3 Questions, which is where I don't know which questions are coming. You guys don't know which questions are coming, but I'm going to give 3 random questions. It could be about any subject, any topic. And yeah, it's basically just a fun way for our listeners to get to know our guests better. And again, just get a broader view of your guys as a person outside of this one awesome pursuit that you guys have been doing. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So my first question for both of you guys, answer in any order you'd like, but I'm going to start it off with, what is your favorite food or type of food?
Okay. Favorite food. Man, that's hard. Okay, because I'm a big foodie. I love eating.
Mm-hmm.
I love eating everything. But
Yeah.
I would definitely say my favorite food is gonna be burritos or tacos. Mexican food, basically.
Mexican food. I
There's
agree. Yeah.
there's like
Mexican
no
food's
limit
awesome.
to Mexican is amazing. Like there's no end to what you can do. You can like mix it up. You can just like have a bowl. You can have vegetarian.
Fajitas,
Oh my
burritos,
God.
tacos,
I'm
chips and salsa.
getting hungry right now. I
Me
just had
too.
lunch.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mexican food too. I like, especially like Americanized Mexican food, like Chipotle burritos, things like that. I'm a big fan of that. But I have to say that my favorite food is probably sushi. Like, I'm really big on fish. I love eating sushi all the time. But since my parents are vegetarian, I can't have meat as often as I like. So whenever I do get sushi, it's like a really good treat.
It's a treat. It's an experience. Wow. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Those answers were both awesome. And Mexican food. Yeah, we should all go out for Mexican food once this quarantine is over.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just counting the days now.
Yeah. And stay strong to all of our high schoolers, and especially the seniors too. We'll get through this. But I'm going to segue into my next question now, which is to both of you guys. But I'm basically going to ask you, if you had a billboard and on the billboard you could share whatever message you wanted to the world, what would you put on that billboard and why? Take some time to think about it. No rush.
I think that I would put stay unique and stay strong, because in this time I feel like a lot of like I think we went over this in the interview as well, that we really tend to compare ourselves with each other nowadays, and especially before like the whole college application process. So staying true to yourself and staying strong in not only like your opinions but also keeping up your like physical health is something that people should like I personally live by daily, on a daily basis, and hopefully for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all of that. My billboard would probably be something along the lines of, we're all in this together. You know, like these are like times where a lot of people are struggling and a lot of people are like confused about what to do. And like this has taken like a financial and mental toll on everyone, this like coronavirus situation. So I just want to tell everyone around the world that like we're in this together. Don't worry. We're all going to get through this at the end of the day.
Awesome. And for my third and final question, I'm going to actually do something that I don't think we've ever done on a show yet so far. So you guys will be the first one. But seeing as you guys are juniors and sophomores, and me and Justin are essentially in the twilight of our high school careers, I'm going to turn it around to both of you guys. And we have around 10 minutes left on the Zoom call. So feel free to ask any questions to me and Justin about high school or different clubs or even college and stuff like that too. We'd be happy to share any of our experiences. And we won't be talking to just you two. We'll also be answering a lot of questions from our younger listener base all around the world. So we'd be happy to do that. And I think, Justin, would you be down to do that too?
No.
If you guys have any.
No, I'm kidding. No? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Justin.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that I would really want to ask you guys, have you guys seen any instances in your schools and like where we were talking about how like in our situation students are really stressed out, and just like any anecdotes that you would want to share?
Well, I mean, I can share my own story because I mean, Mikey's been my best friend for years now, and he's seen me go through many stages of life. I know, yeah, it's a cute story. No, but so Mikey's seen me go through a lot of personal anxiety and depression in 7th and 8th grade. And so I actually went to an FUSD school. I went to Thornton Junior High for 7th and 8th grade. Yeah. And so, well, while I was there, I actually was bullied a lot for getting, because we would all compare our grades. And so I would actually get bullied for getting B's. And I remember people, pushing me around and calling me names like stupid, idiot, and all those things. And while it didn't get to a lot of people, it really got to me. And so I would, go home and be really disruptive with my family because I was really affected by the things that were going on at school. And it took me going to my mom and saying, I got to get out of this school system to really just solve what was going on in my head about like just telling myself that I'm stupid, I'm dumb, and all this stuff. And so eventually I went to a school in San Jose called Valley Christian, and it's really helped me so far. And I met a lot of people who were supportive. And I mean, I've been a straight A student throughout high school after like following that. And so it was honestly just a mental lapse. So it was me telling myself that I was dumb or stupid, just listening to those people that made me depressed and anxious like that. And so personally, I've dealt with a lot of what you guys are talking about. And so, I mean, that's personally my story.
Yeah, I'll tack on to the end of Justin's answer here too, which is, again, being in the FUSD system and, seeing some of my friends and some of my closest friends kind of struggle with some of the same issues and just kind of the mental health and the climate and the culture in general. I would say that it's really important to just, if you can and if you're comfortable to do it, it'll be awkward at first, but there's really no shame in reaching out, just opening up and talking to people that you trust, whether that's adults or people in your like close friend circle, even people on a sports team if you do sports. If you make the courage and have the courage available to do that step, you'll really be surprised by the results that you get. And you really aren't alone. There will be a ton of people out there with a willing ear, and they'll have some of the same experiences and some of the same stories that you've maybe been telling yourself, and they'll give you advice on how to get through that and how to break out of those patterns and get back on an upward trajectory.
Okay, wow, that's really nice that you guys can like personally connect with our mission and our really like what we really want to spread awareness about. Do we still have time? I wanted to ask another question.
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
Yeah.
I think we have like five more minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So just wanted to ask, what are your guys' hobbies outside of Success High School?
Okay, well, I'll go first. Some of the things I was involved in over my high school career, aside from founding this podcast with my friend Justin, I played volleyball. I was captain of the volleyball team. I played basketball as well, so I love sports. FUSD sports, I've had a lot of fun with that. I was also involved in the DECA club on my campus. It's like a business club, business organization. We travel around the state, and we do even around the world too. We do some different conferences, and I've been lucky to do pretty well in that club, and I've had a lot of fun experiences with my friends. Aside from that, I'm also a car enthusiast. I love cars a lot, and I'm also a dog owner.
Oh, dogs! I love dogs.
Dogs are awesome.
Yeah, I also have a dog named Turtle. His name's Turtle. I have a dog named Turtle. At school, I played basketball and I was the captain of the basketball team, and so that was really fun. And I also did cross country and track, and so Mikey and I love sports. But apart from that, I did a lot of debate, and I'm sure Tushar can attest to this. But the Stanford Invitational, Berkeley Invitational, all those tournaments,
Just went to those.
Oh yeah. Those are really fun to me. I love debate, and especially politics. I'm majoring in political science in the future. And so other things I'm into, I like watching TLC shows like 90 Day Fiance. Those drama shows. Oh yeah, those are really fun.
Yeah.
And Mikey's like, what?
This is new.
What? I don't know. I like the outdoors. I like hiking, those types of things. So
that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, you guys should watch more reality TV shows.
Mikey, I gotta get Mikey hooked on those.
Yeah, man. You have to. It's like
I'm already on TikTok, man. I don't know.
You'll get on a reality TV show eventually. They're usually people's guilty pleasures. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But any more questions?
Yeah, just you guys know where you guys are going in the fall?
Yeah. Mikey,
Justin,
you want to go?
You go, Justin.
Okay. Well, I'll be going to American University in Washington, D.C. And so I'll be studying political science with a pre-law track. So my goal is to go to law school in 4 years.
Cool.
And for me, I'll be going to UC Berkeley Haas School of Business as part of their global management program. So again, tying into my interest in business.
Nice. I think, that's all my questions, really.
Alrighty, well, I think this new segment worked pretty well. And I think me and Justin are probably going to do this if we get any more younger guests like you guys, because it was really great to, give back to the community. And again, also share your voices, but share some of our advice too from some of the stuff and just lessons that we've learned in high school. So, Justin, anything else?
No, thank you guys for coming on the show. Monica and Tushar have really amazing points and a really great message that they're promoting throughout the high school sphere. And I mean, I just like to personally thank you guys because this is an issue that's very near and dear to my heart as well.
Yeah, no problem. We'd really appreciate this opportunity and talking to you guys as well.
No, yeah, thanks. It was a lot of fun. And if if any of our listeners want to hear more of your guys or check out your guys' organization, is there a Facebook page or YouTube that they can reach out to connect?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a Facebook page and it's called FUSD Talent Success. So that has any of the YouTube links, any more activities or programs or just links or anything else that we're planning on doing in the future or that we have done, you can find it there. And we also have our email if you want to contact us, fusd.talentsuccess@gmail.com. So yeah.
Alrighty. And for us, it's success.hs on Instagram. Remember to like and subscribe and also review all our podcasts. We have listeners all around the world. We've got a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast Store. And we'll keep you guys with these episodes coming in the weeks to come. Thanks again for coming on the show, and peace.
Thanks, guys. Peace.